peace. Happy now. And now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing is right now. What's funny, I just thought as I was singing that jingle, I was like the more like the how I say the spiritual conscious people who aren't like too high vibrational probably think like the singing part is like not say too happy, but you know how some people like, you know. But anyway, look, I bring sunshine to everybody, man. Everybody should sing and be happy and smile all the time. Oh, they'll fly on my nose. But I want to share basically a crystal exercise, a crystal meditation in essence, to allow the flow of abundance into your experience. And basically, this exercise is something that doesn't come out of a book. You could actually say I channeled it. I was sitting on the bus playing with my crystals, and I thought about it. And it was funny. I channeled it, and it all makes sense when when you see as I explain. But it's dealing with let's see. I just hold it up. Dealing with pyrite. And matter of fact, this pyrite actually has quartz inside of it. But pyrite, quartz, 2 quartz points, and green aventurine. And basically what it is allowing the flow of abundance through your body, but allowing it to flow through the nadis, or the yin and the yang energies throughout the body. And what's starting off with, know your hands. Now, if you're right-handed, then your left hand is your receiving hand, or your feminine hand. The left hand is the one that's magnetic and receives, feminine energy. So it takes in and flows inward. And then you have the right hand, which is masculine, It gives off energy, Pushes energy out. Now, if you're left-handed, it's the opposite for you. So your left hand will be the masculine hand, and then your right hand will be the feminine hand. And you see how it embodies the as above, so below aspect of correspondence, where we have the masculine and feminine not only within our body and within the fullness of our body, but even in certain sections of our body has the feminine masculine aspect to it. As a matter of fact, it makes me think of how the planets are resonated with. Say for instance, you got planets that resonate with our body parts on the face, and it makes sense that Mercury deals with the mouth, and Mercury is considered like a androgynous, energy, masculine and feminine, and think about everything on your face, and how like the mouth is the area that could be seen as masculine or feminine, I always used to tell people how you could feel uncomfortable. I know I'm going, y'all know how I do. But like say for instance, a mouth is like, where it has no sex in this instance, because straight up, like, that's the one body part dealing with sexual intercourse in essence, where you can't distinguish the sex in the instance, like how a man has a penis, a female has a vagina, but no matter what sex you are, you have a mouth, so you can see how the energy of Mercury embodies both the masculine and the feminine, in essence. I know, had to explain that, but again, so you're dealing with your hands, and what you want to do is, if you so if your left hand is your receiving hand or your feminine hand, you want to put the green aventurine and a quartz point. Matter of fact, that's what you need too. Green aventurine, pyrite, and 2 quartz points. It could be and matter of fact, the quartz points could, in essence, it could be whether it's a extra terminated, ISIS, laser, but matter of fact, just a point in general, And you want to place the green aventurine and a point in the left hand, but importantly, you want to place the point going up the palm, because you're receiving energy inward. So you want that crystal quartz to bring that energy inward. Then sit down, put the pyrite in the right hand, or if this is your the hand that you give out energy with, your masculine energy hand, you want to put the pyrite in. And another quartz, matter of fact, this is somewhat a tabular quartz too, so tabular and laser wine too. But you're gonna take that one and you're gonna make the point face, trying to make it, you're gonna make the point face outward, so basically where it's shooting the energy out. And also, you could also see an embodiment of the masculine and feminine within the crystals, but I'm gonna get into that afterwards. But after you do that, so you have your crystals in your hand, placed in your hand, and now you want to visualize. You want to do I do pranayama breathing as far as like yogic breaths. So it's basically like only inhaling and exhaling through the nose, and taking air fully down, under the diaphragm. So breathing, bringing the breaths down here, but you want to have have your hands, and you can probably just rest your hands on your lap, close your eyes, and it's going to take some visualization. So matter of fact, this is where you see the importance of decalcifying your pineal gland. And that's another thing. Reason why a lot of people feel like doing these types of exercises are bogus, and I'm going to tell you from my own experience, and I watched it happen to me. Only reason why you might think that these types of exercises and like crystals are like, oh well, I don't know, I deal with crystals but not that deep. Only reason why you might think that stuff is that bogus or whatever is because your pineal gland is not open and you can't even fathom connecting on that level. So you kind of shun it like, oh, like I'm not that interested or whatever. But nah, it's not necessarily that. It's because of the lack of connection. Your ego kind of like, but the pineal gland gotta open it up, gotta be able to visualize. So you have your pyrite, sitting on your lap, pyrite, aventurine, your quartz, and you want to visualize first just the energy, of the green aventurine moving up your arm, coming into the body, moving in, and then coming into the spine and resonating with the heart chakra. You want to visualize like the quartz and the green aventurine energy just moving up the arm and into the heart chakra, and you see it integrating and synchronizing with the heart chakra. Now, with the right hand, you want to visualize, and this one kind of like the same but opposite, because you're going to visualize it going out. You're going to visualize your solar plexus, energy from your solar plexus rising out up the spine to the side and through your arm, and out this hand, So again, you're visualizing, the left hand, the energy of the green aventurine coming into the arm and going into the heart chakra, while as you're simultaneously, and that's because, and it depends on how advanced you is, do it the best you can. If you could do it both at the same time, or if you gotta do one first and the other one second, you'll see as you go like what works for you, the best way for you to work with it. But again, visualizing the green aventurine quartz energy going into the heart chakra, from the receiving hand, receiving feminine energy, taking in magnetic, taking in, and then solar plexus. You want to visualize the energy of the solar plexus and the solar plexus spinning. Oh, excuse me. You want to visualize the solar plexus energy moving up and then out the right hand, and the masculine, moving from within you outside of you, you know what I'm saying? The masculine, ejaculate. Why they call it ejaculate, you know what I'm saying? Because the phallus, shoots out solar phallic energy, you know what I'm saying? So again, out the right hand, you sitting there, you visualizing, and then you could also, you visualize the energy for a second, and then you could also actually start envisioning forms of abundance, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's paper money, trade and stuff, but you also want to envision the balance of it too, because this is about balancing the flow of abundance. It's not about just, ooh, money, 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 take it in. It's about, receiving, money and giving it out, because reciprocate. You, in order to have it flow to you, you got to be giving it out. You get what you put out. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to tip everybody, man. No matter what kind of job it is, even if you say to yourself, "Oh, that job they don't deserve to get tipped." Man, they got to tip, y'all tip them. You know what I'm saying? Share that abundance. But you could visualize like taking in whatever money, whatever trade. You know what I'm saying? Taking in something in the left hand, and envision, giving out things with the right hand. Envision taking in your abundance with the left, dishing out abundance with the right hand. But basically, also too, you see the embodiment of the masculine and feminine also within the crystals. In essence, that's another thing. The crystals are aligned with those energies, as far as like, the pyrite deals with willpower. You know what I'm saying? It deals with that solar plexus. It deals with that fiery action. Male, the yang energy is action, fiery. You know what I'm saying? Proactive in essence. And so that energy, and it's dealing with grounding energy also. You know what I'm saying? Pyrite actually forms in squares, and it actually grounds you. So that aspect too is a masculine aspect. That's where you come into the Saturn worship with the box. And matter of fact, and not just Saturn worship, but the box represents the physical on all levels. It represents a open up where the cube, if you open it up, it represents the cross that Christ died on, but he really didn't die, just a physical manifestation. Or it represents Malkut, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's the masculine energy. So it's the pyrite, masculine energy, willpower going out there, you know what I'm saying? Having the willpower, and there's also a personification of having the willpower to share your abundance, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that you're going to be successful and receive it back. So, giving your willpower to give abundance. And then the green aventurine, not necessarily embodying the feminine essence, straight up, but it is more of a passive energy. It's more about loving yourself. So, it's more about taking in love, you know what I'm saying? In order for you to receive abundance, you got to feel love and feel like you deserve abundance. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the green aventurine come in on the feminine hand, and, pulling in that feminine energy, you know what I'm saying? Basically like dealing with the love, and love for yourself. So, you got willpower and dishing out abundance, you know what I'm saying? That fiery masculine energy doing, pushing out. And then you got the receiving of abundance, feeling you're worthy, you know what I'm saying? Loving yourself, But, and I mean, and as far as like how long to do this practice, in most cases, a good 10 minutes, 10 minutes is kind of my little thing as far as like the least, you know what I'm saying? You could do more if you want, but at least 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Because too, it allows for the visualizations to really stick, But that's basically it. And just a briefing too, like green aventurine is great for your for like the stash box of money. I tell anybody, you got a lot of stones that deal with abundance, but green aventurine particularly, you'll find that it deals with money in essence a little more. So if you're looking for that financial, physical paper money, you might want to deal with green aventurine more. Matter of fact, it's known, like people put it in their little stash boxes and stuff like that. Like the little boxes for, you got the little cigar box or something, whatever it is, a little safe or something. Whatever it is where you got your money, you know what I'm saying? Green aventurine be great shit. Matter of fact, if you got a little thing in the bank or something, you might want to ask this, like, hey, put this in my bank deposit box, you know what I'm saying? The green aventurine help that money amplify the vibration of abundance, And also dealing with your quartz crystals, I could add too, that before you go into that exercise, you could be like, hey, crystal quartz, I want you to amplify the energies of the other crystals I'm working with. I want you to amplify the vibration of abundance. I want you to amplify the flow of the energy from these crystals so that they could properly flow through my body. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what programming quartz is basically. Kind of like Dr. Emoto with the water thing. I just made a post about that. You know what I'm saying? Where talking to the water or having a glass of water around a certain TV show, whatever. Like water picks up on vibration. And matter of fact, quartz is close to water, silicon dioxide, I think. You know, I'm gonna say silicon oxide, but I think it's dioxide. But so the quartz is programmable because in essence, it's close to that water, so it picks up on vibrations just like water. So water is also programmable. That's why apophyllite in essence is highly water based also. But that's basically it. Exercise for abundance. Green aventurine, pyrite, 2 quartz points. Your intention, a decalcified pineal gland, and you're cooking with grease, so to speak. That's the old saying. We don't cook with grease no more. We don't cook with grease. But that's a matter of fact, especially being in the South, that's a little thing. I was like, now we cooking with grease. Nah, we don't. Now we cooking without grease. Matter of fact, now we ain't even cooking. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically it. Wanted to share that with y'all. And again, something that I kind of in essence channel, not nothing that you'll find in a book, no exercise that so and so. Cause another thing too, what I'm realizing, I'm put here with a lot of valuable insight that I channel through my being, and I should stop being like feeling like, oh, let me check on. We'll see what other people said about this subject before I'm starting to realize like, nah, I'm getting channeled important knowledge from source, so I'm gonna come right up with, I'm gonna be confident that this is coming from my intuition and that this is something that is truthful and helpful, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I need a co-signer for the information, in essence. But that's basically it, man. Stay abundant, stay prosperous, you know what I'm saying? And before I leave too, another thing we're dealing with abundance, you gotta match the vibration of what you're trying to manifest. If you got a home you're trying to manifest, if you like, I sell jewelry. If I'm trying to sell a bracelet by say for instance, oh man, I want to sell a bracelet by 5 o'clock so I could go and buy some beads from this bead shop. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm envision making a sale, I'm visualizing having a rapport, like, haha, yeah, like today, like I'm visualizing a rapport with the customer and everything. I'm visualizing myself standing in line, picking out the beads I want. You know what I'm saying? Like you visualize the actual place, just say you visualizing exactly what you're trying to manifest in essence, you know what I'm saying? To bring it in. You gotta be confident and the right balance of throwing out or putting out the vibration of what you want to manifest, and the right balance of putting out like the intentions and putting out affirmations, and then after you do that, and it's about going right into the receptive mode. So like you put out your affirmations, you put out your intent, and then you go right into being in the now. So after you do that, then you jam some of your favorite music, or go do one of your favorite hobbies, but or work on something that's dealing with your business, but that something that's not strenuous, that you feel like, oh, I gotta do, something that puts you in the moment, you know what I'm saying? It allows for you to be in the receptive mode while you're in the moment, the subconscious and the universe bringing all the things into your experience, so basically how it works. But hope this exercise works for y'all. Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. The rate at which we vibe. See all those angles of light coming off the screen. They got the little rainbow. Almost look like how the eclipse gonna pass across America. Peace.